Some days I'm really in this good headspace, and other days I get really scared. My name is Natalie. I'm 32, and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in November of 2024. It's currently April 2025. I had my first Parkinson's symptom 2016 in nursing school. I really thought I just was super hopped up on caffeine. God knows I was drinking 100 Red Bulls a day. If you've ever been in nursing school, you know that you pretty much feel like you're having a nervous breakdown the whole time. Your nervous system gets very spicy. So when my feet started twitching while I was studying, I was like, aha, I'm stressed out. No further inquiry needed. That was not correct. Graduated nursing school 2019. 2020 through 2022, I saw a real increase in a gait disturbance. I started walking really weird, what would develop into a very profound shuffling gait. 2022 to 2023, I really noticed my balance start to really suffer. So by that point, I had kind of a weird gait. My toes were doing their tremoring, curling thing. I had not connected the two. Big brain over here. And I was tipping forward and backward while I was standing still. It was very strange. Finally, in 2023, I fell just from standing up. I stood up. Normally, I lost my balance and I just sat back down on the ground. My husband was like, "What the frick was that?" And I said, my balance has been off recently. Yeah, it's been pretty weird. And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's not good. You should definitely get that checked up." And I was like, maybe you're right. It had not really occurred to me before to seek medical attention. The good thing about Parkinson's, if there is one, is that it's not an emergency. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. So luckily, all my scans came back negative for cancer or things like that needed to be caught early. But for Parkinson's, it's you catch it when you catch it, and there's nothing you can do no matter when you catch it, really. So fall of 2023, I got a neurologist. After he assessed me, he said, and I quote, "I have no idea what's wrong with you. It's definitely not Parkinson's." We did part ways. We parted ways. He's on his journey. I'm on mine. God bless. Peace and love. My second neurologist, did a very thorough examination. He was concerned for Parkinson's, so we did do a DAT scan. The DAT scan was positive for presynaptic dopaminergic deficiency. I read that result at the nurse's station at work in the ICU. I opened the email. I thought it was a bill. I never in a million years thought they were going to email me my results at work. I don't know why that happened, but I did have a pretty public reaction. Luckily, I had low-level ICU patients that day. I handed them off to my friend Judy. Shout out Judy. And I walked into my manager's office. In all honesty, I just walked in and burst into tears. I met with my neurologist virtually the next day. The phone call was a little disappointing. I felt like I had all these questions that didn't have answers, and I wanted more information. He gave me some information on the medications to take, but you have to take these certain medications in a very specific regimented way, timing it perfectly. There are dietary parameters you have to stick to. And I worked in the ICU, and I told him, I was like, "Is there any way I can take these pills in a different way? Because when I have a really sick patient, I can't exactly be like, hold on 1 second, stop coding, let me pop into the back and take my pill." The doctor was like, "No, you can't. You have to take it perfectly." And I said, "Well, I don't think I can take this medication then." And he said, "Okay. Also, work out 300 to 400 minutes a day. That's the only thing that slows the progression." So that was that. We also parted ways. He was fine. I don't think he had the resources or time to give me what I wanted from him. My current neurologist is amazing. She rules. Right away, she heard my concerns about the medications. She told me about the Nupro patch, which is the transdermal medication patch I'm wearing. That's really been helpful. When I first got diagnosed, I had like a few months of basically abject terror and constant panic attacks. I'm not in that place anymore, and I'm so grateful. I do have eternal gratitude for that. I think when you just receive a diagnosis like this out of nowhere, it's just so destabilizing. You really feel like you got the rug ripped out from under you, and it's kind of like overnight my life changed, but it also didn't. My symptoms didn't get magically worse overnight, but all of a sudden I had this sort of label on the rest of my life that has implications about my future and what the end of my life is going to look like. And I just couldn't escape the feeling of wanting to escape my body. Not in a forever sense, if you know what I mean, but just the feeling of I'm unsafe and the unsafe thing is happening in my body. I wanted to like leave my skin. And that was really hard. That's not a sustainable way to like live in the world. And I really struggled for a few months to not see my own body as like my enemy or like the thing I was gonna have to fight against my whole life. I'm really grateful that I don't feel that way anymore. I feel much more at peace with my body and way more like friendly towards it. Like I'm learning to make friends with my body again, and that's been really beautiful. The biggest thing, honestly, that's helped me, and this might not be the right perspective for everybody, but for me, it's been helpful to just believe that nothing's wrong. I do have Parkinson's. I do have presynaptic dopamine deficiency in my brain, and also nothing's wrong. There's nothing for me to fix. There's no big thing to fight against. It's just like that's what my brain's doing, so that's what my body's doing, and that's what it's gonna do. And the idea that I don't have like this huge adversary that I'm gonna face off with the rest of my life has been so relaxing. Definitely, it's a one day at a time type of thing. Like I said, some days I'm really in this good headspace, and other days I get really scared and cry a lot and, jump to the future, which is like a hard thing to look at. Anyone with a chronic illness, especially with a progressive illness, can tell you, living in the moment is the only way. It does nothing for me to live in the future when I have a present here waiting for me. If you're a human in the world and therefore have experienced something unmanageable, really scary, out of the blue, rug out from beneath your feet, whether it be a chronic illness or, a breakup or a huge life change or an unexpected loss, I really feel you. It is hard. It is hard. It's especially hard, I've found, when you feel really alone. Parkinson's is not considered a disease that young people get a lot. Young people do get it. 32 is pretty young. Usually like young onset PD would be like 40s and 50s. 32 is pretty young. I guess I just haven't heard a lot about other young people with this disease, and it made me feel really lonely. And when you feel lonely, that isolation can be really crushing. We're such a social species. Like the second we're isolated, it's like that's where the real threat is. So I've worked hard to like fight against that feeling of isolation. I only go to group workout classes. I've joined a little tennis club. I really try and push myself to see my friends. But it's hard because they don't know. They can't understand what I'm going through, and I don't expect them to. But I'm hoping someone out there does. I look forward to making more videos. I think that it's really going to help me feel less alone. which is the point of life, I think, is to not be alone.